Hello, my name is Bech. I'm an allopathic medical doctor here in Copenhagen, and I also have expertise in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy. I'd like today to discuss with you what are the unique features of Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy as opposed to classical aromatherapy. Maharishi aromatherapy is first and foremost a consciousness-based aromatherapy. It means it's a therapy with essential oils based on the principles of Maharishi Ayurveda. Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy is a unique science of aromatherapy because it is based on the basic concepts, the basic principles, and the basic doctrines of Maharishi Ayurveda in the light of Maharishi's science of consciousness. And Maharishi Mahesh Yogi is a founder of transcendental meditation. So Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy means it's an aromatherapy that is relating aromatherapy to our own higher self, to our own inner being, to our own inner essence, our own pure consciousness. It's a holistic treatment taking into account the whole mind-body system. The human body is seen as an expression of pure consciousness. The human physiology is seen as a dynamic structure of eternally vibrating consciousness. Health in our physiology is an expression of perfect orderliness of pure consciousness. So how does disease arise? Disease is a disorder mainly on the level of the intellect. It is called the mistake of the intellect in Ayurveda, or prajna aparadaha. It means when we are not connected to our own inner self, our own inner being, if we lose contact with our own inner self due to stress or disease or crisis or having too much activity, then perhaps we are going to eat something wrong, maybe perhaps too much sugar or chocolate, or we may go to bed too late, not getting enough sleep, or we may skip exercise. So it may lead to irregular daily routine, to a wrong diet. It may lead to building up of environmental toxins and also internal toxins. All this leads to disease and lack of happiness. So how do we restore balance? In Maharishi aromatherapy, the most important principle is to restoring connection to our own inner being, to our own higher self, to restore connection, connectedness to our own level of pure consciousness, the basis of our physiology. So how do we restore this connection? In Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we are doing this in many different ways. The first principle is that we are focusing on solutions, not on problems. So we don't spend a lot of time analyzing the problem and the symptoms. We are focusing more on the solutions. Next principle is we follow the principle of pleasantness. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Ji, the founder of Transcendental Meditation, as I mentioned before, made an audio recording in 1959 in Los Angeles, and this is called The Healing Power of Deep Meditation. In this audio recording, Maharishi emphasizes the most important principle for health and healing, and he says the following, quote, "Whatever is pleasing to the mind is healing to the mind. Whatever is pleasing to the body is healing to the body." End of quote. So in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we are selecting those oils that are most pleasing. For example, in case of antibiotic effect, in case of an infection such as the flu, the choice is between the 5 phenols: savory, thyme, oregano, cinnamon bark and clove bud. And which one do we decide? We take a piece of tissue paper like this. We put all the different oils on one piece of tissue paper, 5 pieces all together, and then we have the client smell the fragrance of each of the 5 oils. Then we ask the client, which oil do you find is the most pleasant? That's the oil that we are selecting for treatment. Another example could be a woman with menopausal symptoms, and here the choice could be between rose geranium, clary sage, sweet anise or sweet fennel. Again, we put each of these on one piece of tissue paper, 4 pieces all together, and we have the client smell these 4 different kinds of tissue papers with the different oils, and then we ask the client, which one do you find is more pleasant? That would be the one that we make a choice of. Next principle is that in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we give the client a direct experience of the pleasing effect of the essential oils. And then 2 things will happen. First of all, we will have an immediate improvement in the condition, and secondly, it will also increase the compliance of the client. So how do we give them a direct experience? We're doing this in 3 different ways. First of all, we give them a tissue paper with a few drops of the essential oil, as I mentioned before, and have them inhale the fragrance from the tissue paper. Secondly, we also use a diffuser like this one. We have the diffuser, electrical diffuser. We turn it on with the most suitable fragrance, so the fragrance will come into the room. And then number 3, then we instruct the client in a very specific breathing exercise to help enhance the effect of the aromatherapy in the room. So we instruct them in a specific breathing exercise called Maharishi Sukh Pranayam. This is a specific pranayam, specific breathing exercise that is very gentle, it is slow, it is easy, it is comfortable, it is pleasant, it's very simple. We instruct the client, so actually after the consultation, after the sitting, they can actually do this at home. It's an at-home treatment. They just need to do a few minutes of this, turning on the diffuser, and at the same time doing this breathing exercise a few minutes before having breakfast in the morning, and again a few minutes before dinner in the evening. Now, the next principle is that we base our practice with the aroma oils on Maharishi Ayurveda. What is Maharishi Ayurveda? Let me explain. Ayurveda is not a protected title, so many things may be mixed in with Ayurveda in different settings and different circumstances. Maharishi Ayurveda is a particular system that has restored the authentic Ayurveda from the original classical text and the oldest practices of the Ayurvedic tradition in its original form. So when we are giving consultations in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we keep this Ayurveda, this classical Ayurveda, this Maharishi Ayurveda pure, unmixed and on its own, because then it's going to be more effective. So according to Maharishi Ayurveda, we classify individual clients and we classify specific imbalances according to various principles. For example, the principle of the 3 doshas, the principle of the marma points, the vital points, the principle of the tissue categories, and the principle of digestive power. Let's start with the 3 doshas. This means 3 principles of intelligent functioning in nature. First one is a principle of lightness, then we have the principle of heat, pitta, and then we have the principle of heaviness, kapha, vata, pitta, kapha. These are the 3 names. Now the same qualities of vata, pitta and kapha are structuring our physiology and at the same time structuring the entire living world, all the living beings in the world, and also they are present in all the inert material substances, including plants and essential oils. So we make a choice for the essential oil based on that, and then we apply them according to vata, pitta or kapha imbalances in order to re-establish perfect orderliness on each and every level of the client's life. For example, if we have too much inertia and coolness, for example, then we can apply clove bud oil that will bring warmth and energy. Next principle is that we balance the 3 doshas, vata, pitta, kapha. We balance the 7 categories of tissues. We balance the 4 digestive types. And we balance all the different elements of the physiology in order to enliven the body's own inner self-repair mechanisms. So we are attending to the subject rather than the object. We are attending to the client rather than the disease. Another principle in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy is that we perform effortless activity by the Vedic principle, doing less to accomplishing more. It means we don't try to do too much. We don't try to solve all the problems of the client at once in one sitting, and we don't try to address all the imbalances in one single consultations. It's better to have the clients come back for more. We give them what they can manage so they will start feeling victorious and successful. So we assess their compliance and we tailor and design the aromatherapy program according to their compliance. We don't go over time, we don't exert ourselves, we don't exert our clients. Another principle is that we have 2 hands in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy. One hand is health promotion and the other one is disease prevention. These are our 2 hands. We do not promise any cures. Next principle is that we are treating with compassion and empathy. This is mentioned in the ancient classical texts in Tarak Samhita. We treat with compassion, with daya, it's called daya. We treat with compassion for everyone. And it is also said that we cannot treat any client unless we are touching the soul. It means we have to go to the level of the inner higher self, to the level of pure consciousness, to the level of inner being. We have to connect with the client on that level. And then only treatment is going to be successful. So an aromatherapist really needs to practice very deep meditation. For example, transcendental deep meditation in order to develop a much deeper level of compassion and empathy. Next principle is, in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we are aiming at treating the cause of disease rather than symptoms. For example, in case of insomnia, then maybe the cause is digestion. In many cases, it is actually digestive problems that keep clients awake at night. So we need to handle the problem with digestion, and then we can supplement with the oils that are helping to induce a better sleep, such as vetiver, spikenard or lavender. And like that, we supplement with elements from Maharishi Ayurveda when we are practicing aromatherapy, including a regular and suitable and healthy daily routine, instructions for personalized diet, detox programs, and the practice of transcendental deep meditation. And finally, in Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we always inspire, we always bring hope. We are always moving in the direction of a brighter future, helping our clients to move towards a more positive life and better health. So now let's summarize. In Maharishi Ayurvedic aromatherapy, we treat according to the principle of pleasantness, and we give the clients a direct experience of the pleasant effects of aromatherapy and immediate effects. And finally, to conclude, we practice based on the principle of effortlessness, the natural, easy way, for more energy, for more strength, radiance, and long life. Thank you.